Welcome to The Success Face. In this video, we will be discussing the concept of yes, and, with Kelly Leonard and Tom Yorton. Yes, and is a powerful communication tool that encourages collaboration and creative problem solving by building on ideas rather than shutting them down. We will be exploring the benefits of using yes, and in various settings and how it can help foster a positive and productive team environment. So, join us as we delve into the power of yes, and with Kelly Leonard and Tom Yorton. Your input matters. We would love to hear your thoughts on the video. Please leave a comment with your opinion. All comedy springs from two words, indeed, and. When someone suggests something, say yes to accept the idea and before responding. Your consciousness is exposed to a wide range of possibilities with this attitude. Team members can collaborate openly and without fear when they respond to ideas with yes, and. Every member of an effective ensemble is smarter and more creative than the others. A company's resistance to supporting functional ensembles or teams increases with size. A competitive organization must be willing to challenge assumptions about itself and treat itself with caution. In any outfit, the littlest childish demonstration can create a significant break. Creativity is stifled by fear of failure. It is fueled by creating safe spaces and forums for failure. Focusing on the task at hand reduces self-consciousness and negativity. Follow the Second City Doors instructions, which include dare to offend, respect, don't revere, and make 'em think, are just a few examples. Improvisational comedy that is based on an ensemble is performed by the Chicago theater group Second City. Its actors work together to spontaneously co-write each performance. In its work as a corporate consultant, Second City also teaches its cooperative, improvisational, or improv techniques. Employees from Nissan, Motorola, Google, Nike, and other businesses visit the company to learn about its improv collaboration, quick responses, and active listening techniques. Only the most agile and innovative businesses will succeed as hierarchies become less and less effective. These methods are taught in Second City. Improv is derived from the two words, yes, and. When someone suggests something, say yes to accept the idea. Then say and prior to responding. Your consciousness is open to countless possibilities with this attitude. You won't have to worry about looking foolish, embarrassed, or self-conscious as a result of this. People can collaborate openly when they say yes and. Ensemble, working in groups, was the first way the stars at Second City learned how to improvise together. Individual success is not celebrated in improv. It celebrates a group of people working toward a common objective. Building, maintaining, and developing ensembles receives scant attention from businesses. Competition and self-aggrandizement will thrive in a workplace culture that places less emphasis on teamwork. A leadership style that is quick to claim success and avoid accountability is reflected in this. Ensemble members do not take pride in being right, hog the spotlight, or act like they have control. Individuals perform better when they cultivate a strong sense of teamwork. Hierarchies are weakened in the most productive way possible through co-creation. Authenticity. Great organizations are driven by candor. Smart executives acknowledge that they make mistakes and that errors persist. People are encouraged to question the status quo and speak the truth to power in flourishing cultures. Actors in Second City are aware that respect and reverence must be balanced. While reverence binds individuals to a single way of thinking and acting, respect, for leaders, for culture, and for coworkers, is healthy and productive. People are compelled to reevaluate long-held beliefs that may be holding them back by comedy and irreverence. Failure. Every time an impersonator performs, they face failure. In point of fact, they might have to face a room full of strangers who are silently disapproving. To bring about positive changes, incorporate it into the narrative whenever you make a mistake. Creativity is stifled by fear, particularly fear of failure. Everyone around you will be less afraid and more willing to dare if you can weaken the power of failure. Every business fails. Accept failure as part of the process and the path to success. Changing team members' status is more of an art than a science. Take into account people's personalities, circumstances, objectives, and how they handle responsibility. Maintaining status is not a concern for true leaders. In worldwide, web-driven firms, experts counsel, cooperate, disband and go work somewhere else. Their hierarchy is also fluid, as is their world. Pioneers enable colleagues to apply imagination to tracking down arrangements. Listening is essential to improvisation. The majority of people only wait for their turn to respond, despite the notion that they listen. They do not put listening to understand into practice. Stay in the moment while listening without hurrying the speaker. Your creative potential is unleashed when you and your conversational partner actively listen to each other. The ensemble is improv's fundamental unit. A group of people who respond positively to one another makes an effective ensemble. Ensembles that use the phrase, yes, and, lessen their judgment, accept what they hear and see, and add to it. Improv teaches that a team that works well is always smarter and more creative than each individual member. In almost every task or decision, employees must interact with others. Improvisers are typically extremely quick-witted and nimble, according to the article. They are able to think on their feet and effortlessly adapt to changing environments or circumstances. Both thrive by responding, yes, and, to the suggestions of others and remaining open to fresh concepts. They swiftly adapt to change in order to maintain relevance. Their success depends on their ability to adapt to new information. A variety of personalities, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, make up the best ensembles. The ideal ensemble will emphasize the strengths of its members while minimizing their weaknesses. Members should be exposed to novel approaches and points of view in order to stoke new ideas. Everyone needs to be fully present for an ensemble to work well. Don't rehash successes or failures when discussing work, simply concentrate on the current project. During gatherings, individuals shouldn't browse email, their telephones or tablets. Look each speaker in the eye for engaged conversation. Consider what other people say and what they choose not to say. Give yourself specific times to deliberate contemplation, planning, creation, and innovation. Give and take. Some people are givers, and others are takers in groups. Chris Farley, Bill Murray, and John Belushi were takers. Regardless of whether they intended to or not, each of those performers took the spotlight as soon as they entered the stage. Every office has a taker, a person who always needs to be heard. The best colleagues can stand their ground in one or the other job, they both give and receive. According to research, engineers who provided the most assistance to their coworkers were the most productive. The same was true in sales and medicine. The organization that doesn't know how to question its own beliefs and takes itself too seriously is at a significant competitive disadvantage. The need to be right must be let go in order to be a part of an ensemble. Your coworkers will be irritated and innovation will be hindered if you insist that your way is the only one. When a member of the ensemble insists that only their method is superior, it is easiest and quickest to form a chasm that cannot be bridged. Ideas can flow from each member more freely and without fear if everyone gives up the need to be right. Ensembles can transform into teams of equals who compete for the best idea, not the one that gets the most attention from one person. You actually need comedy to cut through the clutter, grab attention, and make the issue safe to talk about the more critical the message. Offending someone seems to come with writing effective comedy, just like breaking eggs to make an omelet. The leaders of Second City quickly realized that its actors needed to dare to offend, and have the courage to challenge the status quo. All stakeholders are encouraged to adopt this mindset by worthy organizations. A healthy amount of irreverence encourages creativity, reduces fear among employees, and brings joy to the workplace. Improvisational exercises team members learn to trust one another, to listen, and to use the power of collaboration through the following exercises. Word at a time, 6 to 10 people form a circle and stand there. Each player adds and subtracts to the story, but each player can only say one word. The following individual adds a word, etc. Only a few minutes should pass during this exercise. While looking ahead and trying to make the story go further, everyone becomes more aware of the group. Talk without me divides the group into pairs. Mirror. Individuals form pairs. The leader makes a slight body or facial shift. Each movement is mirrored or imitated by the other person. Their roles change. They attempt to mirror one another after a few minutes, with neither of them acting as the leader. Emotional option or emo-op, pair up once more. Start a discussion about anything. The group leader yells a word like frustration during your conversation. The tone of that emotion is now spoken by everyone. Everyone reacts differently when the leader utters a new emotion. This encourages emotional transparency and intimacy in communication. Who is in charge? Obscure people should be surrounded. A leader is chosen by the circle without anyone speaking. The group moves in the same way the leader does. The person in the ring looks around and tries to figure out who is leading. This demonstrates how members of a group who pay attention can collaborate and how leadership can change. String of pearls, the group is standing side by side. This teaches listening and how to assist one another in using imagination to accomplish a common goal. Last word response, 2 people converse one sentence at a time in pairs. The final word of the other person's sentence must be the beginning of each sentence. Person 1. Today I stalled out in rush hour gridlock. Person 2. Downtown traffic is such a mess. Speakers must help their partners construct sentences that are coherent. This makes everyone aware of how their words can either help or hinder a colleague's efforts to advance an idea. Repetition refers to two people conversing in front of each other. Each person is only given one sentence at a time. The first sentence is said by one person, and the next speaker must repeat it exactly. They rotate, developing the rare ability to truly listen and the profound appreciation that comes from being heard. Open the door. Second City frequently collaborates with other businesses. It maintains its irreverent attitude at sea, such as making jokes about the bad weather ruining a cruise, and wherever it helps customers deal with change. For instance, it has a long partnership performing on Norwegian cruise ships. The troupe isn't afraid to take on jobs that aren't usually funny, like running change workshops. It uses improv to encourage agility, foster trust, and encourage open communication to support organizational change. Real Biz Shorts, training videos about corporate ethics, are published by Second City. Popular instruments for making hard-to-understand topics relevant are the videos. Smile. When someone else is talking, don't check your texts or email. Be intrigued. Try to refrain from using the word no for just one day. Acknowledge your error, offer your apologies, and move on. Forgive others as well as yourself. Be the leader you want to be. Be punctual. A master of preparation. Consider the issue you are attempting to resolve. Your partner should look good. Don't revere, but respect. Take in the entire person. Study the space. Take part in the discussion. I enjoy your work. Encourage others. When at all possible, use we rather than I. Consider the possibility that you are wrong. Shut the door. Avoid working out of fear. Work with a positive outlook on the future. Give a role to the members of the audience you're trying to convince. Be an improviser. Thank you for watching The Success Face on the Yes and video with Kelly Leonard and Tom Yorton. We hope you found the content informative and inspiring, and that you feel empowered to bring the principles of yes and into your own leadership practices. Thank you for joining us on our journey to become better leaders, and we look forward to sharing more valuable content with you in the future. Your feedback is important to us. If you have any thoughts or opinions on the video, we would love to hear them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Share it with your friends and loved ones. We send you thousands of blessings, much success, and much happiness for you and your entire family.